Do you remember when we first met? Well, I don't, but I remember how wet you get. But I won't disrespect you by dwelling on the physical aspect. Don't roll your eyes, cause we better than that shit. I'm talking about long life, being your boy's wife. A couple youngins running in the backyard. And my lord, you're still looking great, honey. And my God, you still could shake would make money. It's so vivid, can't you picture it? Yeah, well tell me, do you think this ring fits? Word, your love is like the ultimate herb. You got me foot to the ass and the rest of the curb. It's like nothing to do, only for you I kneel and forget the brick. Love is the house we're building, the picket fence with the swing on the tree, with the words carved in it saying love is we.
There you are, close enough to touch but still too far, because you're not mine yet. Stimulated by the conversation, mere presence. Other women ask what relation, none of the essence. Oh, who's that? She's a C, but you come first, like the A before the B. When you're gone, I wilt like a willow, lie there and smell the scent you left on my pillow. A strong mind with the body to match. I won't bite if you promise not to scratch. You keep it real, just like the truth. Closer than twins, standing in the phone booth. Inspirational, treasured like a gift. What's success without someone to share it with? I used to be a dog, now a cool cat chasing cheese. And I blame Eloise.
Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise on my mind. Eloise.
People everywhere wants to know her name. Her body is the essence and her claim to fame. She's got game, it ain't the same. She's got plenty, packing more good times that you might call a penny. Getting caught up with the thoughts of flying overseas, making all of the cheese, spending time with Eloise. I picture hitting from the back like the snare from the track. I got the knack to be the Macalypse I wanna smack. Candle wax down the spine, all of the time. Prophylactic on my tool, let me take you to school. Lesson 1, you don't have to run. And lesson 2, listen to my crew. Passion increases with exchange of saliva. Keep it Fahrenheit and call me Muffdava. That be me, the K to the ING. My mode is excellent and my dream is Eloise.
A soft whisper. She asked me, do I have the guts to kiss her? But as I sit and wonder, is she real? I picture. So what comes after? Put on Anita's rapture. Her feelings I must capture. Her soft lips. I take them quick and put them in my pocket. Cause they're out of this world like Space Lee and his sprockets. Somebody pitch me quick, I think I'm dreaming. Damn, she got me fiending. Her skin is so soft. It reminds me of the smoothest piece of silk. She's so sweet, her breath smells like carnation milk.
So sweet. Carnation milk. Of all things, I'm your lady. Sweet baby. Hey, what up, boo? Words out, I'm the diva that you speak about. I hear you smitten about my well-written repertoire. You's a superstar, but it's you that I shine for. We go together like jeans, t-shirts, and sneakers. Player haters try to come between us, but never that. E is simply all of that. Rewind that. E is simply all of that. Hoes be jealous, so they fellas wanna frolic. Gems I spit can't be bought, sold or boarded. You look retarded, trying to go against the gift. Love is shared, the love is multiplied. Put your freaks aside, forget about your weak pride. Run away with me and let's do it on the wild side. Like that.
Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. You're on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise.
Eloisa, I wanna know, am I the bro, to get to know ya?
Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise.
Eloise on my mind.
Eloise.
Eloise, I wanna know, am I the bro, to get to know ya?
Eloise.
Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Simply E with the MSB, the magical soul.
Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Come on, man. We got to get turned up. That's what's up. What's up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Productive People. I'm your host, Sed Brass, and you are watching us on PV versus Everybody here every Wednesday. I know we changed the time last week because we had special circumstances going to the SWAC finals and the March Madness. But today we're back at our regular scheduled time, 7 p.m. every Wednesday here on PV versus Everybody. I'm your host, Sed Brass, and you're watching Productive People. I'm so excited, y'all. I say that every week as my intro because I am excited. I'm excited to be a fan of PV, and I'm excited to be here in front of you yet another week. Another week to talk my proverbial ish, and another week to just get these social media stresses off my back. I'm here for you to get the stresses off your back, but I'm definitely here to vent and get the stresses off my back. I'm happy and I'm proud. First of all, I want to thank everybody who supported me. I want to thank the followers. I want to thank Lionel, the owner, operator, creator of PV versus Everybody, allowing me the opportunity and space to come on this platform and do my thing. As your resident old head, your resident PV fan, your resident Section 107, your resident proud 12th fan. All of the above. We are here today to do our thing, as I always say, not for a long time, but for a good time. And we're excited. We got a lot of good things happening at PV, and this couldn't be a better time to be engaged as a fan. This couldn't be a better time to be engaged as alumnus. What's up to everybody out there? This couldn't be just a better time overall, optically, when you talk about PV. I mean, when I walk around, it's so many strangers when they see me with my PV gear on. Oh my God, I just saw them on national TV. Oh, I heard of Preview. You know, it's really good times and high times, and we just scratching the surface, to be honest with you. We're just scratching the surface out here as PV fans. We're just getting started, as they say. Now, I'm going to get into the announcements. We got a lot of things going on and a lot of things we want to get to. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of serious, some sad, some funny. And I think that makes for a good mix, right? But first, we want to get some housekeeping out the way. I always like to start it with some housekeeping because there's so much going on at PV. I think it's, I would be remiss not to even touch on a lot of the things that we have going on. So first of all, we got to save the date, right? Save the date. We always know that giving is important as an alumnus and as a fan. So the day of giving is coming upon us. The countdown is officially on, Panther Nation. We're just weeks away from showing the world what happened and what Pride needs to be and be on purpose. April 6th. April 6th, y'all. Say the date. We don't just celebrate PV when it comes to sport, but we support with our pockets and we support with our wallet. And more importantly, we support on the day of giving. So check us out, April 6th. Say the date, everybody. The annual date of giving. What else we got? What else we got in the news? Announcements. I know I made the conscious decision to make sure I get the link in there early for y'all, because I'm always late when I put the link up for everybody to join. So you can join at any time. I'll put the link in the comments for everybody. Anybody like to join, you're definitely welcome to join and chime in as we go through all the announcements and go through the show. There you go. The link is in the chat. All right. What else we got, y'all? Oh, man. Yes. One more thing. PV relays, everybody. I think we spend a lot of time on basketball and we spend a lot of time on football, obviously softball and volleyball, but we don't really show much love to track. Track is important as well. Hold on. What do we want to do? Share window. Hold up. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second, everybody. All right, hold on. All right. Anyway, I'll get that going in a second. Sorry, everyone. But we got PV relays coming up. Ooh, I don't want to do that. No, let me get it back to me. All right. Sorry about that. Eloise on my mind. One second, everybody. Stop screen share. All right, cool. Hold on. All right. All right. I'm here. I know dead sound is really bad. All right. So we got PV relays coming up, everybody. Y'all check it out. March 27th through the 28th, PV Track and Field Stadium. We invite you out to the PV relays. All right. 1 second. I want to acknowledge also the Panther softball team with a wonderful sweep. That's right. You're reading the score right. 19-1. 8-0 and 7-5 series sweep PV over Grambling. Shout out to G Boom for the graphics, by the way. Shout out to G Boom for the graphics. We are in here. I keep saying this, and I know it sounds repetitive. It's a great time to be involved with PV athletics. We're killing it on so many levels that it's almost dizzy trying to keep up, because every time you look up, there's a win or there's a success. And we're trying to figure out, hold on, like what now? Like, what are we doing? Panthers, our softball team has always been illustrious, and they've always been being able to do that thing. But I think it's important for us to go out and check the games out. The energy, the clips don't really do it any service when you go and attend these games. I think it's important to be involved. I think I got a clip also. I got a clip of the chants. When you go to the game and realize how they have all their customized chants. Now, we know as a fan base, we have our own chants. But the women's softball, they have their own chants, and they're relentless. I think that's like an additional player on a team. The amount of intimidation that is deployed when they actually go about singing the chants the entire game. I'm often worried sometimes, is it like draining them, or are they getting tired by doing those chants? I mean, they're stumping, they're chanting, they're clapping the entire time in the dugout, while our batters are at the bat, while the opponent batters are at the bat, at the plate. It's just so interesting how that dynamic plays out. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I got it right there. Let me just pull it up for you. This just is a snapshot. Yeah, I just want to throw that clip up real quick. Like, and that is only just a like small snapshot, be honest with you. I just want to grab that clip real quick just to show y'all like kind of like what that energy is like when you're at a softball game. The stadium is electric. We look great in our uniforms. The team is engaged. The fans are engaged. Look, unfortunately, I'm not there to be at the games. But if I was anywhere in the Houston area, I would definitely be at the softball games. So check out women's softball. They need our support. I think we're going to be doing a fundraiser soon. They need locker rooms. The stadium is great. We got a returf, scoreboard, uniforms. All of the assets are great. But I think we're missing one key component now, and that's a locker room. And we were talking about that. And I'm going to bring the coach on, where I was talking offline to the coach of the softball team, and I was asking, what is the number one need? And they've addressed this with AD Golf. The locker rooms is one of the number one most important things and we're talking about young adult women. They they need a locker room. So I think we should actually put together a fund to support the women's softball team to make sure they get the proper facilities, i.e. a locker room. What else we got? Let me try to get this. Yeah, that's right. PV softball is. Let me try to get this link back up for y'all real quick, because that's important. Let me add this. I don't know why it's not doing that share screen. We want to share window. Hold on. I think I got it. We got it, Joe. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Let's see if we can do it now. Hold on, everybody. Oh, why it's not doing that? All right, we're gonna be without share screen this week. That's so sad, because I have some good links for y'all to share too. All right. I'm not gonna mess with that anymore. All right. Let me get back to it. All right. What we got coming up also, just still last minute housekeeping. Let's talk about this right here. The NFL has opened up a HBCU showcase. I think that's important. We often talk about HBCUs don't get the proper visibility when it comes to NFL. It's almost like a needle in a haystack. So shout out to the actual HBCU Hall of Fame. They're putting on an NFL partnership in coordination with the Black College Football Hall of Fame to hold the HBCU showcase. 48 draftees or potential eligible draftees. They're going to hold that at the Washington Commanders practice facility on March 28th through the 30th. This is actually a cool opportunity. You know, I always feel like I'm not grateful. I'm a little salty because in this list, you only have 2 Panthers out of the 48. I know that text is pretty small, but I'm a little disappointed in that. We only got 2, Trevor Randall and Cam Peters, are the only 2 that we have. You know, no shade. I was going to go through the list and kind of question some of the names on this list, but I'll just say this. I'm actually surprised your SWAC champions only have 2 seniors that are highlighted participating in this camp. I think that's a travesty. And we know oftentimes there's a lot of politics and favoritism that's involved. But that's kind of sad. Yeah, I know. We at least 5 minimum. I don't understand how we only got 2. You know, I'm being petty. Why is Morgan and why is Jackson State on the actual teaser graphic? Neither one of them won their conference, right? So I see SC State. Okay, cool, that's fine. NC State, I'm sorry, but I'm confused in that. So I would like to know what was the selection process. Anybody knows? You know, you're welcome to call in. I'll put the link in the comments. You're welcome to call in because I'm confused why we only have 2 Cam Peters and also only have Trayvon Randall. Shout out to, you know, the seniors that are out there. I would have liked to seen Cameron Bonner on there. I would have liked to seen Lamagier McDowell. That's just 2 off the top of my head. Especially with our presence in the NFL on the coaching level and on the player level. But, you know, we got to work these things through. I know we're only the one time, you know, the current champs. Once we get this dynasty going, we're going to have to prove to people, you know, we have the pedigree. This isn't just a fly-by-night. This isn't a flash in the pan type of scenario. We on our way. We're on our way. I'm not gonna make a big fuss about it. I just wanted to highlight that kind of annoyed me. I love to talk to whoever was a part of this selection committee with the Hall of Fame, with the HBC Hall of Fame committee. What else we got, y'all? I am so upset that I can't do the share window. What is going on? They must have had an update. They must have had an update because I'm so salty. So salty. Share window. Choose content to share. Presenter overlay. Small window. Okay. I think I'm going to figure it out, y'all. Give me a second. Because I am destined to try to share this screen, and I'm so annoyed. Photo, screen, large. Choose the content to share. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Ooh. All right, here we go. Let me stop playing around. All right, let's get into the meat. Let's get into the meat of the show. Because I've been kind of delaying it, trying to wait for the numbers to get up a little bit. First of all, let's get some business clear. Now, we were proud about the basketball team making it to March Madness. But this right here, I don't know what happened on the internet, but this stirred up a lot of stuff over the internet. I don't know. I'm going to break down the breakdown. Obviously, they had a segment while we were playing the game against Florida where they went through, and I talked to a buddy of mine, not necessarily PV alumni, but people that attended Prairie View A&M. This is a screenshot from the television, directly from the TV. Now, I guess Black HBCU world is really petty. But unfortunately, this caused a great angst that Megan Thee Stallion was highlighted as an alumnus of Prairie View A&M University. Now, several people that was in our Kool-Aid seem to be on Twitter fresh during the game, highlighting and linking everyone to make sure that they know that this was needed to be corrected. But, our famous FAMU rattler, Mr. Campbell, thought it was his duty to notify everyone that Megan Thee Stallion actually graduated from Texas Southern, which is true, right? But once again, the neophyte to the SWAC, which would be anyone from FAMU, they're neophytes, didn't know his history on Prairie View. And it's funny, we've had these kind of back and forth. Everyone has a Prairie View Genesis story. So what he didn't know while his Twitter fingers were going crazy is that Megan Thee Stallion actually attended Prairie View first. Now, we won't get into the details of the untimely exit from Prairie View, but she was actually a dancing doll at Prairie View A&M University. We actually have the photos. We actually have the videos, right? And so we got to correct people when they seem to think they know everything when it comes to Prairie View. And they get so happy and excited because they have a statistical fact, but they don't understand the full context of what's going on when we actually have information being disseminated out there. Now, I think this would be a good opportunity for our SID to address things like this. I don't know if this information was passed on by our SID or did the network take it upon themselves to do their own research. I won't get into the granular details of that, but I think that, this is what the show is about and what the platform is about, which is educating not only just the fan base, but the world about what's taking place truly at Prairie View, because so many people seem to have it messed up when it comes to what information is out there. And it seems that negative information always seems to pass so fast. But when it comes to truthful information or factual information, there always seems to be misinformation when we have conversations about PV. We're going to get it right, though. We're going to get it right. We're going to get people right, and we're going to get the fan base right, because I saw a lot of bad talking points by PV alumni out there as well. And so we got to make sure we clear these things up. Let me get the link. Let me try the link one more time, and I'm going to stop fooling with it, because I actually had the photos. I had some old photos. I think it was 2006 when she was at Prairie View. Let's try it one more time. Share window. Oh, man, that boy is good. Man, it was my last try, too. So here's Mr. Campbell's post. Hey, Candace Parker, tell those folks at March Madness, men's basketball, and CBS Sports that the Stallion went to Texas Southern, not PVAMU. PVAMU has some great alumni who are in entertainment. Like, what made Mr. Campbell, like, he's texting everybody. Look at him. He got Candace Parker linked in here. He got March Madness men's basketball linked in here. He got CBS Sports linked in here. He's got Megan Thee Stallion linked up in here. He got Texas Southern. If there ain't a bunch of messiness, if there's not a bunch of messiness in this tweet, this is what I be talking about dry hating or dry snitching, right? That's what the kids call it, right? Dry snitching. But shout out to Section 107, because they got them together right here, right? Uh-oh. Who's that tall person right there? They all got pink tops with black leotards, right? But who's that tall person right there? That's right. That's Megan Thee Stallion right there. And we know that's the Baby Dome, because we know the classic purple chairs in the background. Mr. Campbell, you got to stop it, man. You got to stop it. You got to do your fact checks. If you're going to do this, don't be so happy to be Twitter fingers, because when it comes to PV, trust me, people get so excited. They don't do any fact checking. They don't do any information. You got several PV people numbers. You could have called. Hey, man, I saw that. I saw that on the broadcast. Is that true? Megan Stallion, is that true? And he could have got the information in 2 seconds, right? But instead, he made it upon himself to be messy in that moment and tag the world, further misinformation, and to create confusion. But I've already said this about snakes, which is a rattler, right? I'm not calling him a snake. He represents a snake because he's a FAMU rattler, right? And this is what snakes do. They sow a seed of confusion. That's what rattlers do. That's what snakes do. I just want you to do better, Mr. Campbell. You know, we're going to help you do better. But, you know, we keep having to clean up your mess. And we shouldn't have to do that, especially when you're talking about us. Now, if you want to talk about FAMU and y'all president and, you know, what things are going over there, we love to hear about those things. We love to hear about what's going on in FAMU. What was Charlie Ward doing at the table with Donald Trump? We inquiring minds would like to know. Your MAGA appointed president over there at FAMU. What does she has to say? What say you? Right? These are some of the things I would like to know from you, Mr. Campbell, versus talking about Prairie View and what we're doing. So let's keep it 100. Let's keep it truthful and let's keep it factual. Man, I'm so glad I got the link to work, because I didn't know how I was going to keep going without the link work, because the link adds so much more power to it. Don't take my word for it. The photos are right there. The evidence is right there for you. Right? What else we got? I'm going to go back to something I skipped over because I didn't have a link for it, right? You know, I get him a hard time. But shout out to Southern University revealing their new amphitheater and outdoor classroom. You know, I often talk to a lot of Southern people offline. They're like, man, you throw a lot of shade towards Southern. Here you go. Here goes some love. Y'all got an amphitheater, right? They officially opened a new amphitheater, an outdoor classroom. I think it's for about 1,500 people. This concept was conceived around pandemic time for a way to be creative on how they actually study outdoors in an outdoor setting. Now, we're not going to talk about those janky buildings and old classrooms that y'all got over there, but a 1,500 person outdoor amphitheater, that's just what y'all need. We're gonna kill them with that one, right? We still got old, antiquated buildings around campus, but I tell you what's gonna mess them up: an amphitheater. But shout out to Southern, they got that new amphitheater. I think the video works, right? Let's play the video. Oh, I got the ad. Hold on. We're gonna do the ad. We're gonna let the ad go by. But shout out to SU Jags, right? They got themselves an amphitheater, y'all. Okay. Shout out to the Jags. They got themselves an amphitheater. There you go. There you go for my SU fans that say I never do anything good for Southern. There you go. Oh, y'all couldn't hear the clip? Dang. It's always something. But we got the video of it, so y'all got it. All right, thanks, y'all. Thanks, G Boom. I'll get that fixed. The fact that I got the video playing was a feat in and of itself. I don't know why. What else we got? So that was me skipping over. So I want to go back and show y'all that. And I needed to do that housekeeping. Now, speaking of the Megan Thee Stallion and actually the men's basketball game in March Madness, we won't get into the details of actually the game because that's not what I choose to do with this show. This show is unadulterated, a fan-based show to talk from a fan perspective, but more so challenge the noise that's given out there through social media and through misinformation. Given that, I do think it's important as a fan to highlight the wonderful job that our men's basketball team did this year. I think we caught a lot of people by surprise and secretly caught a lot of fans by surprise, if we're honest with ourselves, right? So shout out to Rod Glass Jr. He did a heartfelt message by the fans to the actual men's basketball team. The faithful alumni were out there at all different watch parties. So shout out to Rod Glass, content creator, PV content creator, who put together a video with appreciation and thanks from all the PV base. And I want to highlight it. I know some people might have seen it, but some people haven't. So I want to highlight that. Here we go.
UANM basketball team. The alumni would like to let you know.
I just want to tell you all, I am so proud of you all.
Great season. Good job, Coach Smith. Good job, Horn. All the guys, man. Hey, we here for y'all.
Hey, Panthers, just want to let you know how proud we are of you. Keep your head up. Next year, just come even stronger.
We are so proud of you. You have made history. Don't even think about this loss. You are nothing but winners to us.
PB, I'm so proud of y'all boys. You made it this far, 16 seed, playing number 1 seed, full sort.
Very proud of you. This is from the class of 1976, and I'm holding you up. You're great.
We're just here supporting Prairie View A&M University's SWAC championships in both basketball and football. Go PB. We are so proud of you. Coaches, best in the SWAC.
We are so proud of you, and we are so thankful for everything that you've done.
Hey, PB, great season. Y'all did excellent, man. Hold your heads up high. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll get this thing next year. We got to the second round. I'm proud of y'all, baby. PV.
We blessed to even be here. We was 8th seed in the SWAC.
Hold your head, still proud of y'all. You know what it is. All day, every day. You know.
My name is Rosemary Cook. I just want to say that we produce productive people. We always say that. But you guys
have made us proud.
Had an excellent season. Let me tell y'all something. What they don't realize, we are the SWAC champions in basketball and football in the same year. We're going to have to let them haters hate.
Congratulations to the team. Guys, you made us proud. Proud alumni.
PV, congratulations, baby. Don't hold your head down, hold your head up. We made it where others didn't. Keep going. Next year, we got them.
Go PV. It was a great season. We love y'all.
We don't care about the score. Just cut us that check.
It's on the beginning, man. The history's there. We proud of y'all, man. Keep pushing, man. We love y'all.
Congrats, boys. I'm still proud of the team. They did a great job. They made it as far as they did.
Shout out to the Prairie View Panthers. Great season. Made us proud. Did well in the SWAC. Get ready for next year.
Class 88 PB, we are so proud of you, brothers. Y'all made it to the big dance. We are extremely proud of y'all. It did not turn out like we hoped, but we know y'all did the best you could. So we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of our heart. Love y'all. PB to the end, baby. You know.
So proud of you, Prairie View. We made it to our first NCAA game. We made it to the second round. I'm proud of you. I love you. Go PVAMU, baby.
Not only have you made history, you've made a depth that goes way beyond tomorrow. Mary Miller Young, Hall of Famer, 2018 PVAMU. Listen, hold your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your spirits up. Because we love you. I am PV. I bleed PV, purple and gold.
Congratulations to PV basketball game. So glad you made it to the big dance. And SWAC champions, go PV!
Congratulations, PV basketball team. PV, you know we're so proud of you.
First, I would like to shout out Prairie View A&M's men's basketball team for winning the SWAC. You guys did a hell of a job. We're really proud of you, and go Panthers. Chester Nichols, class of 89.
Prairie View A&M produces nothing but winners, and that's exactly what you are. Don't worry about this loss. We have many more opportunities to show our greatness. Congratulations, basketball team.
We made it here to this point. I'm proud of the boys. I'm proud of the coach. I'm proud of my school. We're going to always support. Proud of the fan for coming out, showing up. You know, we're going to show up, be better next year, but hey, we living in this moment, and I'm grateful.
We have done such an amazing job. The football team, the basketball team. I'm glad you got to the NCAA. I'm from TSU, but we're a house divided, and I support y'all all the way. Next year is a whole nother year, and we ready.
Champions. We own that SWAC.
Shout out to the men's basketball team. We are very, very proud of y'all. Coming from a legacy Black spot, y'all did y'all big one. We are super, super proud of PV Sports in general.
PV, over 100 people was at this place cheering you on no matter what. You're great individuals. You're great men because you are PV proud, who produces productive people all day long. Don't you ever, ever, ever think that you don't have backup, because we got your back, baby. PVU, you know.
Yo, PV basketball team, you did that. Keep your head up. You represented. You made us proud. PV, baby, you know.
Man, shout out to the PV fan base, man. You felt the passion and love in that. That just wasn't some social media clip. Shout out to the PV fan base. I'm proud to be a Panther, man. I'm proud to be a PV fan, and I get hyped when I see stuff like that. I get hyped when I see the sports, but I get hyped just being around the fan base. It's just electric. I don't understand how people become introverted as PV alumnus. Maybe, I know we probably all had different experiences, but no matter how much I might be away from Texas or might be away from the university or even be away from alumni base, it's magical every time you put PV alumni in a building. It doesn't matter what's going on. We could be winning, we could be losing, we could be getting blown out. We're always going to shape shift the room whenever we're in it. And I think that's the real true magic behind PV. I want that energy to grow and exponentially be the most powerful force in these SWAC streets. The sports teams are just matching what we've already had inside. So now we're just kind of taking over the whole entire SWAC sports universe by being great in both things, as an alumni base and being great also in athletics. Speaking of which, I'm going to pivot as we're on basketball, so I'm not pivoting too hard. But I want to highlight the coach, right? Because he took a lot of flack. Coach Byron. I just want to highlight this actual article that was on Twitter by Mark Berman, acknowledging the great moments of his career after PV won their first NCAA tournament game. Coach Byron Smith says, I was counted out. The buzzards were circling. They had my grave dug before this was supposed to be last year of my contract. So this is huge, to be honest. Now he goes into an analogy about David and Goliath, but I thought the buzzards were circling. They had me counted out. A lot of us did have you counted out. A lot of us did admit, hey, you did a great job. So I want to not only just acknowledge the fan base pivoting, I want to acknowledge the team winning, but also who doesn't get a lot of credit is Coach Byron Smith. Regardless of whatever you think of him, he did his thing this season. He stuck with it. He stayed prayed up. He stayed diligent, and he was able to pull out a success. Now, whatever the AD is going to do and whatever, the administrators above my pay grade, they're going to do what they do. But I did want to at least highlight when I saw this one tweet by Mark Berman highlighting the fact, quoting Coach Byron Smith, that he felt he was counted out and he felt that the buzzards were circling and that we had already had his grave dug. I think that was kind of powerful words. And it's a true testament of life that we can all kind of attest to and peel from. Shout out to Mr. Campbell in the building. Somebody must have called them on the bat phone. No, Mr. Campbell, you did not get the brass monkey of the day. But we did have to get you together on that misinformation you had on tweet. So you can rewind the show. I'm not going to go back into it again. But it looks like somebody passed the message on to him. So I'm glad you got the message and I'm glad you got the notes. Do better, Mr. Campbell. Do better. I think, if you'd have went to Prairie View, you would have been more productive as a person. But you can't help it. Yeah, shout out to Coach Smith. Thank you, Coach Smith, for your work. No doubt he earned it. The buzzers were circling. And so this comes to, my next piece of the segment. The highlight of this, right? Because we know it's the loss. We know we're happy to be there. But what that bag looked like? What that bag looked like? Because that bag was looking good for PV. So we not all mad. We not all mad, and there's no sad faces around here. Where's my image on that one? Here we go. Out of the 3 men's programs, 5 total HBCU programs, 2 women, but 3 men's program, Prairie View brought in 2 units. Howard brought in 2 units. Tennessee State brought 1 unit because Tennessee State didn't do the play-in game. Roughly $4 million Prairie View brought home. I'm not mad at that. $2 million for the play-in game and $2 million for the game against Florida. Now, y'all can say whatever you want to say, but, the splits is going to break down with the conference, and the splits is going to break down, and we know this is going to be paid out over a 6-year span. So we get all of the technical details of it all. But I'm not mad at $4 million, right? I'm not mad at that. And I can't take credit for it. I heard someone else talking about this, but we hit them with the double-double. Not only hit them with the double in basketball, but we hit them the double in football because we got $1 million from the SWAC championship, and we also earned $1 million for the Celebration Bowl. So this was like the first time unprecedented that the double-double happened. Yes, on the sports end, sure, people won the actual basketball and football in the same academic year, but nobody pulled the bag in the way we pulled in the bag. So not only do we have sports bragging rights, but we got the finances to substantiate even something greater that a lot of schools haven't done. So that shout out to PV. Shout out to the other HBCU. Sorry about that. I'm biased to PV. You know what I'm saying? I said 5 schools. There go your 5 schools. Tennessee State, 15 seed. Howard, 16 seed. PV, 16 seed. And then on the women's side, 14 seed. Howard. And Stanky Southern, 16 seed, right? So shout out 5 HBCUs in D1 basketball tournament this year in March Madness. I like to see it get a little bit more competitive moving forward, but it's baby steps. I don't want to come off like the contrarian. I'm happy for the successes and I'm happy for the wins. One other accomplishment that people don't realize is that since they've been doing the play-in, the SWAC has won every year. This is the 5th year that they've had the play-in. 2021, Texas Southern won. 2022, Texas Southern won again. Grambling in 2024. Alabama State 2025. And then this year, obviously, the illustrious Prairie View A&M University in 2026. This is a beautiful thing, right? Shout out to the SWAC success. So it's not all about PV. We can figure out how to, understand that this is a win for the entire conference. Now, we're going to put the conference on our back. I'm already going to let you know. PV is going to put the conference on our back. A lot of y'all are dead weight, and it's okay. I keep telling y'all this. We y'all daddy anyway. We created the SWAC. So daddy got to come back in, get the house together. We're not only just going to elevate our institution, but we're going to elevate the entire conference, right? That's what we're going to do. Because PV produces productive people. Hold on. I didn't even do my commercial. I'm going to just go in and hot. I didn't even upload the commercial break in here this week. That's okay. I was probably meant to go right into it. Now this one, this segment always comes with a heavy heart, but it has to be done. It comes with a heavy heart that I always have to do this segment. And that is
Brass monkey, that funky monkey. Brass monkey, chunky, that funky monkey.
Brass monkey, y'all. It's that time. The brass monkey of the day. Who is the brass monkey of the day? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to put it kindly and put it nicely. This is the first time we had a brass monkey. This is the first time we had a brass monkey. Oh no, did I not put the clip up? Hold on. As they say. I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all in the chat. Hold on, y'all. Cause we need that. We need that. Oh. Hold on. Trust. Hold on. Because this image, it is fundamental. This image is fundamental to this segment. It only takes a second. Boom. Boom. Accept. All right. It's there. Man, thank God for technology. Thank God for technology. Add image. Downloads. Boom. Boom. That's our brass monkey of the day. It's unfortunate that this is the first time the brass monkey is one of our own. Right in our threads. Let me back up a little bit. Let me back up. Let me ring that. Brass monkey of the day. You are the brass monkey. Coach Tacho Tyler, former player, PV in 2006. 8-season coach of PV volleyball. Why? Why, Coach Tacho? Why must you hate? Why must you hate? Why must you be the bully that you have been allegedly claimed of? But in this instance, we got receipts. Now we're minding our own business in our own PV universe. Here we have Coach Tyler Tacho, known as T. Tyler. Such filth, flarn filth, as Mr. Cosby would say, that I can't even sound out these words of what these acronyms mean for the old folks. Y'all fake ass F in here on Smith nuts, but wanted to fire him in a couple of weeks ago. Golf fake, inflammatory word, front and center. Sorriest fan base in the history of fan bases. Free Smith. I hope he leaves and take everyone with him. Y'all don't deserve SHIT. Gotta love Tacho. In the middle of the basketball game, we got Tacho flaming up the PV alumni thread. For what? Why? Because you're a hater. You're a hater because you got dismissed out the back door unceremoniously. Now we let you leave with dignity. We let you leave with pride. 8 failing seasons as a volleyball coach. If anybody doesn't have the audacity to speak to the fan base about who isn't really true, it would be you, Coach Tacho. It would be you. And see, when you're a bully, you don't have anything else to do with your energy and time but to be a bully. But we're gonna dispose of the bully today. The bully is going to stop. Now, you might have bullied young adults and actual players on the team, allegedly. But this right here, we got it front and center. I am not going to get into the semantics of why you might have left and why you were exited out. As a fan, all we know is what were the receipts on wins and losses? What was your proven results? We have nothing to show. And you're such a mean girl. You want to bring that energy to one of the highest moments of PV fandom. What do you stand to gain? You know, when we say things and we kind of communicate, I'm always thinking, what's the purpose of why I'm saying this? And what am I trying to achieve? There was nothing to achieve from this, right? You want to call us out for being fake for what? Because we're having a high. When you got people that are standing by and just watching and looking for your downfall, when you have successes and wins, they do things like this. They show themselves and they show their hand. Now, Coach Tacho, you are still actively a coach, still shaping young minds. Look at this language. This is somebody that actually is responsible for people's children in athletics talking like this amongst adults. Shame on you. Shame on you, Coach Tyler. We're minding our business. Shame on you as an alumnus. Shame on you as an inductee in PV Hall of Fame. Shame on you as a coach. Shame on you as a black woman. Shame on you as an HBCU grad. That you have nothing else better to do than to come into the PV alumni thread. Now, it was way more incendiary comments under the post, but I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it PG, even though I know it's after dark and the kids are probably in the bed. Y'all can go in your own time and peruse the comments and peruse some of her retorts. I would actually like to sit down with you on this one. Most brass monkeys of the day, we're just gonna let them live. But I had a heavy heart when I thought this one out, right? because I had to kill our own with this one. It has to stop, because we can't hold other people accountable if we don't hold our own accountable. And I do hope this gets back to you, Coach Tacho. I need you to do better, and I need you to be better. And I don't need you to be bitter. I need you to get that hate up out your heart. I need you to get that bitterness out your heart, because it's got to be a heavy burden walking around with that every day. It's been a long time since I can't remember when this exit was, 2026 or 2006, whatever year it was. Coach Tacho, do better.
Brass monkey, that funky monkey. Brass monkey, junkie, that funky monkey.
Brass. Thank y'all. That was painful for me to do that. Painful. But we had to. We're gonna get it light. We're gonna keep it light, y'all. I had to get the heavy lifting and the heavy load out the way. What are we all excited about? PV football. It's PV football, y'all.
You feel me? Get your hands on your phone. You took too much time.
Man, your 2025 SWAC champs. Shout out to the PV Panther football team. That's right, Isaiah. Fire. I can watch PV football clips all day long. I can watch highlights. I can watch practice all day long. Spring football is here, y'all. Get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready, as they say in church. Mr. Campbell, you a pastor or you a minister? Get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. PV football is here, spring schedule. Lock in, everybody. They got a lot on the schedule this year. As I was saying on one of the past shows, we're going to have a whole week of events and festivities this year. It's not just the spring football game. The week of the 12th through the 17th, they're going to have panels. They're bringing in NFL players that do panel discussions. There's actually a job fair. Meet the University is going to happen in the Baby Dome, where every department of the university is going to have a booth set up, and potential Panthers and their parents can walk around and have one-on-ones with deans of all the departments of the university. Junior Day is going to be earlier that day. There's also a private donor brunch with the AD and the president earlier that day. It's going to be a bunch of great things that week, the 12th through the 17th. And guess what? Smack dab in the middle is my birthday, April 14th. Man, my birthday couldn't come at a better time than right in the middle of the spring festivities of spring football. That's right. It's Aries season, y'all. It's going to be hot. This year, it's going to be amazing season. I can't even tell y'all half the things I know about what's going on with the team, because, we want to keep it disclosure. We got a lot of snakes, watching. We got snakes in the grass. We got rattlers in the grass. We got Mr. Campbell. We got FAMU in the grass. So we often got people that are watching. So we got to keep our, we got to keep our secrets close to our vests. Because we know they got the Twitter fingers, right? Minute something come out there with PV, they gotta get on the Twitter. They got to get on Twitter right away. Megan Thee Stallion didn't go to PV. She went to TSU. Candace Parker, CBS Sports, March Madness, Megan Thee Stallion. Let me tag all y'all. Let me tag the world with misinformation. Crazy, yo. So I'm for sure not about to talk X's and O's. I'm not even about to talk, recruitments. I'm not talking coaching. I'm not talking X's. I'm going to leave that for Lionel, and I'm going to leave that for Isaiah. I'm going to let them be the prognosticators and break all that down. This a fan show. We here to have fun. We're here to talk our ish. We're here to get people together, and we're here to reshape our narrative. Because I'm tired. We tired. I's tired. I know I'm tired. Hopefully you're tired too. I'm tired of the hate. So we're going on offense. No longer are we going to continue to be on defense when it comes to the PV narrative. No longer are we begging to be on others' platforms just to be disrespected. No longer are we the footstool. We are the SWAC champs. This is home field advantage now. You're going to have to come see us to understand what's going on with PV. What's our secret sauce? Why we're moving the way we move? Why is our fan base growing? Why is our fan base so powerful? Shout out to everybody in these social media spaces too. I see everybody. I see Twitter filled up with PV fans. I see Facebook filled up with PV fans. I see Instagram filled up with PV fans in the chat, on their necks. And we're going to continue to stay on y'all neck because we bringing truth to power. This is a new era of PV. Y'all have awakened a sleeping giant in PV. And I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to have to sound clip that one. We are your daddy. We are your daddy. Now let me find it. Let me find my other clip. Because again, like they say, I don't show much love to everybody else that's out there. So shout out to Grambling and their new stadium. Their new locker room. Grambling, $1.5 million on their football locker room renovation, upgrades, near completion. Installation of the new lockers, flooring, fighting. I don't know what that fighting means. Plumbing and electrical. I'm gonna let y'all be the judge of that. That's a $1.5 million locker room, yo. I'm gonna let y'all be the judge of that one. I mean, the overhead lighting, the drop ceiling. 1.5 million. Where? How, Sway? I don't see 1.5 million. That's the only one photo I got. There's some renderings at outside. Maybe they spent the money on some other things, but geez. Shout out to Grambling. Shout out to HBCU. Shout out to the SWAC. I guess everybody don't have the same envision or the same vision when it comes to excellence. Jeez. As I'm rolling through. Hey, the chat lines is open, y'all. Y'all can call in. Let me put it in the comments for y'all. Y'all can call in because I'm rounding this thing. I'm rounding this thing out. I told y'all I wasn't gonna be here for a long time. Now this is we're into jokes now. This was a little funny. I always bring some light humor, around the end of the show. Now in high school, they have this thing called the "That's My Man" challenge. And we could have did for a lot of this in that Florida game. We did a lot of "That's My Man." We could have had some more of "That's My Man." Let me bring that up. This is pretty funny.
That's my man. Oh yeah, that's my man. Oh yeah, babe. That's my man. That's my man. That's 22. That's my man. Oh yeah. my man. That's my man.
That's my man.
Now that is funny. You know, high school kids are so creative and so mean. We could have did a lot with a lot of those. That's my man. that would have been funny. Hold on, I got another one that's pretty hilarious. Yeah, it was a lot of dudes shooting air balls off that one. That was hilarious. What's going on at the Juke, y'all? You know, I know they happy about the little amphitheater. You know, and I'm careful when I say this. We don't have a lot of grounds to talk when it comes to the band, but this initiation process that's going on, I'm confused. So we happen to get some live footage from, you know, the band initiation process over there at Southern Jaguars. Check it out.
Man, what the hell? Southern Phone Factory, man, is this what y'all had going on in 2010, bro? Ain't no way.
Play it again for y'all.
Man, what the hell? Southern Phone Factory, man, is this what y'all had going on in 2010, bro? Ain't no way.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there at Southern, man. I don't know what's going on. Football, band, it's all kind of chaos over there. I would say I feel a little sorry. What's up, Lionel? What's up? We got Lionel on. What's up, brother? You in there? You in there?
Yo, what's going on?
Man, nothing much. Nothing much. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, man? You know, I know you caught parts of the show. You got any input or you had anything you want to share?
Oh man, I was just looking at this lipstick on a pig. That's what we call it in real estate. You know what I'm saying? They tried to take something to flip it real quick and throw it back on the market, thinking they're gonna sell it for double what it's worth. You know, but now shouts out to Grambling. Hey, listen, getting the indoor facility. You know, getting their new lockers, you know what I'm saying? Getting some cushions on their lockers. I mean, that's nice, man. You know, you gotta appreciate the upgrade. You gotta appreciate the upgrade.
Nah, you know, you had any thoughts about the basketball team? You know, I think there are a lot of mixed reviews in so many different levels. And what is our outtake coming out of the basketball? We're happy about the success. You know, there's some questions about what do we move forward? How do we move forward? You know, the team we don't really have many people coming back. A lot of the players are gone. We had them on a 1-year deal. What's your thought on the state of men's basketball right now?
At this point, I have zero thoughts. I'm a champion. That's you know what? I'm gonna let AD golf. I'm gonna let Coach Smith and his automatic 1-year extension. I'm gonna let all them worry about that. I'm just gonna bask in the fact that you know how you come home. You know how you come home and you know what I'm saying. I feel like this 2026 basketball tournament championship is girl math. Okay, that's how I feel like this is. This is girl math. This is like sending something back to Amazon and feeling like you got money. Okay, this is like, you know what I'm saying, finding money in your pocket. Okay, after you don't wash your clothes. This is like the epitome of girl math. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the fact that we won a championship, and I'm gonna just act like everything is all fine and dandy. Because in the day, we champions. We got an NC tournament win. Listen, we added more money to the budget. Yep. Give us some NIL and let's see what we can do. Okay, that's how I feel right now.
Nah, I'm excited. I said that at the top of the show. This is a good time to be a PV fan. It's a great time. You know, whether it be volleyball, whether it be softball, whether it be basketball, whether it be football, whether it be track. This is a good time to engage with athletics. We're on a high. The fan base is on a high. The fan base is growing. And we're actually squashing a lot of the haters out there. We can feel them kind of crumbling under the pressure now because they don't really have many talking points. And I think we're doing a successful job. So I say thank you to the PV fan base that's out there. We've awakened a sleeping giant, and I look forward to the growth and expansion of who and what we are as a PV alumnus base.
No, for sure. And that's why I can't wait to really see not just the spring game, right? I want to see turn out for the spring game, but you can tell even in that Rye Glass video that he did, right, which I think was tremendous. Him being able to capture in live in real time, the fan reaction. I mean, we had watch parties all over. Also had individuals who, went up to Tampa, Florida for that game. Also for the game in Dayton, Ohio. So also for the SWAC championship, right? You know what I mean? So we had fans that showed up both there and also wherever they were in order to support the team. And so I'm just excited because, man, we really have a lot of momentum building right now. And I don't know if you showed the video of Dr. Cavill on his show where he was talking about the fact that, Prairie View has walked into some money now that we have to be able to use to now turn around and use toward facilities, toward different programs in order to get those programs where we exactly want them to be. And so it's really exciting because I didn't even know this before, but the SWAC actually gives the champion of the SWAC championship football game $1 million, which is separate from the money that they receive for going to the Celebration Bowl. A separate pot of money. And so, obviously the NCAA tournament, you get 1 unit for playing in the first game, win that game. Now I got a second unit for playing in the second game. So we literally have now walked into funds, not just for this upcoming year, but obviously NCAA money is spread out for the next 6 years. So we have some money that's coming into the financial budget that if we can use this to turn this into not just one tournament championship, but maybe a couple over the next couple of years, not just one football title, but a couple over the next couple of years, not just one title in softball or volleyball or whatever it may be, then we really can look and see literally the golden age of Prairie View athletics, in the modern era. So I'm super excited about what's going on, and I'm excited about the fan reaction to what's going on. So I can't wait for the spring game all that week. That's super dope for what they're doing, planning around a football week, which is I've never seen that before. But I also can't wait for that for the first game and also for the first home game, just to see how everything goes. Super unique situation on Sunday, but still, just can't wait to see how everything goes.
You got any, before you get out of here, do you got any tips or you got any, tips you can share?
Say it again, any what?
You got any insider tips to share with us?
Insider tips? You talking about with the team?
With the football team? Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing right now. I'm actually gonna plan to go to the practice, one of the practices next week. And so maybe after that, I'll have some more, thoughts. But one thing for sure is that guys are definitely competing. For sure, I would say that. We're in a place, in a position to where I think people aren't understanding that. And it hasn't been, it's really interesting to me that ain't been a lot of conversation around football as it has been in the previous years. I don't know if it's just me, and I know I kind of been off a lot of social media recently. Like, I ain't been on it as strong as I've been previously, but I just feel like I've been hearing the conversation around football or whatever like it's been in the past. You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting to me, right? Because you talking about FAM, you talking about Jackson, you talking about Southern with Falk, you talking about Grambling right now. All these schools are literally in the middle of their spring season. Spring ball is going on right now, and we're literally hearing crickets from multiple programs right now. And it just really shows that's where they at, right? At the end of the day, we're on top. And people can say what they want. Really, T-Jack moves the needle, man, in this conference right now. And so, so we're in a better position though than we even were last year. You gotta realize we have a lot of guys who are coming back on this team. Yeah, we brought in a lot of transfers, but you gotta realize, bro, when I say we have a lot of guys come back, realize we have Calvin McMillan, who was an all-SWAC offensive lineman this past year. He has his waiver approved. He's back. So we have all 5 of the starting offensive linemen back from last year, plus guys who we brought in on the offensive line who have playing experience. You're talking about having Trevon Jones has a waiver approved. So you're talking about starting tight end who probably should have been an all-SWAC tight end.
So that's official now?
He's back, right? You know what I'm saying? Plus, listen, first of all, the whole tight end unit was a major problem last year with not just Trevon Jones, right? But you got to think Ethan John, Hegeman, right? You know what I'm saying? Keegan Hegeman, you know what I'm saying? Number 33 as well. So that whole unit already was a problem. All three of those guys are coming back. You're talking about your, all SWAC freshman of the year, running back Chase Bingman coming back. You pick up a guy like Jabari Kirkendall from Alabama State, who we've seen put damage on teams before, right? And then, of course, you got a wide receiver room where you have just a lot of guys who coming in with a lot more production than what we started off with last year in the wide receiver room. And so from an offensive standpoint, from even the defensive standpoint, right, when we look through it, man, we're in a really, really good position. And so yeah, we're gonna talk about it more as the time comes. But yeah, man, I'm super excited about this team. Can't wait to check them out and see where we are.
Man, thank you for that. See, you always got a word. You said you didn't have anything, but you always got a word, man.
I always got in season and out of season. You know how.
No doubt. So thanks a lot, Lionel. We got Dr. Proctor on the line. Can you hear me, Dr. Proctor?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I got two lines with you on there, so I was like guessing this one was the better one.
Cool.
So what's your thoughts, man? What you got? What you got for us, man? You always got that. You always got a word too, as well. What you got for us?
I do, man. Of course, the basketball team did great. It's great to win a SWAC championship and be in the big dance. But also, man, I want to give some love to the Prairie View A&M University softball team.
Okay.
They have big wins against U of H and other big D1 schools, and they're killing right now in the SWAC. We have a big game this weekend against TSU. This is a battle for the West. And so I just wanted to let the fan base know if they can make it out to McGregor Park on that Saturday to support those women, man, it would be greatly appreciated because the West is going to come down to Prairie View and TSU. And so both teams are hot. And so we need that win. The road to the West Championship is really a easier route for TSU because they don't play the better teams in the West like we will have to in order to win the West. So I just wanted to make that known. The girls have been killing it this year. 13-0, 13-0 win against Alcorn. That was a huge win. A 15-5 win against them as well. Big win against Pine Bluff. So yeah, man, the softball team is really doing their thing. So if we can go ahead and get the softball team win the West and then win the SWAC, then we'll get 2 wins, this spring in SWAC athletics.
No, that's what's up. They're saying in the chat the game's at PV. It's Saturday on the Hill.
Oh, it's on the Hill? I thought it was at McGregor Park.
A lot of people saying in the chat that it's on the
Great.
Hill.
I'm glad I got updated. I don't want to be at the wrong spot. Well, that makes it easier. I'll be on the yard then.
Nah, no doubt. No doubt. What's your thoughts on the basketball team? I'm always asking everybody. It's such a high moment, but then there's so many question marks and so many thoughts on so many different levels. What's on your mind and your heart when it comes to the status of PV basketball? We know we're the champs, and we're excited and happy to be the champs. But do you have any feelings and thoughts about men's basketball?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, there's always something that you don't expect to happen that happens in these moments. And what I really enjoyed most is seeing our 98 players tap in on social media and post those old videos of them, the Sylvester Lillies and Jock and all those guys posting the videos of when they made it to the tournament in 1998. So, it really kind of highlighted how, and when we live in them, you don't realize it. But yeah, man, I think after everything, after I celebrated, after I had a good time, after it being so surreal, just seeing the 98 post, that was big for me, man. So that nostalgia came back and made me relive the moment of when we went to the tournament in 1998. And of course, I was
That's
proud of this
amazing.
team. I'm proud of Smith for sitting around and doing such a great job. And those players really did a good job in the tournament. Again, being a basketball guy, one thing that stood out to me was how well the team played against that level of competition. It's so easy to get frustrated in a game like that when you're just physically being dominated by the opponent, but they never got frustrated. They stayed within their game plan and they continued to execute and play at the best ability that and that was very impressive. So I was very proud of the team for just sticking with it and keeping a level head, making those free throws, making open shots, still running their offense the way it's supposed to be running, not just jacking up shots because you're down by 40 something points. No stupid fouls that people sometimes do out of frustration when you're getting blown out. So that was a great deal of maturity shown by our team, and that's why we were able to win the SWAC tournament because we have maturity on our squad. Yeah.
No, that's what's up. Last question: are you be at the spring game? What's your thoughts on PV football? I know I'm super excited. I'm like giddy. I'm so giddy, man, to see. It's almost like a new car you taking out the garage. You've been working on it and tweaking it. So I'm excited about PV football. What's your thoughts on PV football?
Man, you're not a Panther if you're not excited about PV football. Yeah, it's been a long time coming for us to be at this level, a fever pitch of excitement for our team. We have great signees, we have great returning players. The coaching staff are A1, and it's just a great time. It'll show us a lot. The insight that TJ gave us. He said that he allows his assistant coaches to actually call those games. So that's an opportunity for them to get real game time experience. Obviously it's a spring game, but still they get to call those plays. And so I can't wait to see what the quarterback position looks like. Who's going to shine in the spring game. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, me as well. I think that's the only question mark. Who's gonna be QB number one? Obviously, I think TC is going to be the real TC. By the way, we gotta figure out what's gonna be our catchy kind of phrase with that. Right? We got the real TC. You know what I'm saying? Not the fake TC. I think that's going to be great momentum going into the season. But shout out to all the young men that are vying for the starting quarterback position, because once that's kind of solidified, we're going to be off to the races next season, in my opinion.
Yeah, man.
Go
I
ahead.
think that QB position is important, and what's really important is really 1 through 3, right? Because if you look at the past few seasons, there hasn't been a team that has won the SWAC that has not needed at least 2 quarterbacks throughout the season. So it can't be just one. We have to have 2, if not 3, great quarterbacks ready to go for the season. So I'm not only just looking at TC, I'm looking at who's going to be his backup and who's going to be the backup's backup so that we can be fully loaded to make this serious run. I mean, if we're going to finish the fight, we're going to need multiple quarterbacks to get it done. That's the likelihood of it.
Any final words, man? You got the last word, man.
Man, go Panthers.
No doubt. I mean, I always ended on the same thing with the same slogan, but I wanted to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Every Wednesday, like, subscribe, get the alerts. Don't click off because I see the numbers dropping. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, get the alerts, support Lionel with this channel, y'all. His Cash App is in the corner, $PV versus everybody. But more importantly, like, subscribe, forward it to your friends. Every Wednesday, we're here at 7. Productive people. I'm your host, Sed Brass, but I always end it with the same thing. Stay strong, stay true, but most of all, stay productive, because PV produces productive people.
Do you remember when we first met? Well, I don't, but I remember how wet you get. But I won't disrespect you by dwelling on the physical aspect. Don't roll your eyes, cause we better than that shit. I'm talking about long life, being your boy's wife. A couple youngins running in the backyard. And my lord, you're still looking great, honey. And my God, you still can shake what make money. It's so vivid, can't you picture it? Yeah, well tell me, do you think this ring fits? Word, your love is like the ultimate herb. You got me foot to the ass and the rest of the curb. It's like nothing to do, only for you I kneel and forget the brick. Love is the house we're building, the picket fence with the swing on the tree, with the words carved in it saying love is we.
There you are, close enough to touch but still too far, because you're not mine yet. Stimulated by the conversation, mere presence. Other women ask what relation, none of the essence. Oh, who's that? She's a C, but you come first, like the A before the B. When you're gone, I wilt like a willow. Lie there and smell the scent you left on my pillow. A strong mind with the body to match. I won't bite if you promise not to scratch. You keep it real, just like the truth. Closer than twins, standing in the phone booth. Inspirational, treasured like a gift. What's success without someone to share it with? I used to be a dog, now a cool cat chasing cheese. And I blame Eloise.
Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise on my mind. Eloise.
People everywhere wants to know her name. Her body is the essence and her claim to fame. She's got game, it ain't the same. She's got plenty, packing more good times that you might call a penny. Getting caught up with the thoughts of flying overseas, making all of the cheese, spending time with Eloise. I picture hitting from the back like the snare from the track. I got the knack to be the Mac, the lips I wanna smack. Candle wax down the spine, all of the time. Prophylactic on my tool, let me take you to school. Lesson 1, you don't have to run. And lesson 2, listen to my crew. Passion increases with exchange of saliva. Keep it Fahrenheit and call me Muff Diver. That be me, the K to the ING. My mode is excellent and my dream is Eloise.
A soft whisper. She asked me, do I have the guts to kiss her? But as I sit and wonder, is she real? I picture. So what comes after? Put on Anita's rapture. Her feelings I must capture. Her soft lips. I take them quick and put them in my pocket. Cause they're out of this world like Space Lee and his sprockets. Somebody pitch me quick, I think I'm dreaming. Damn, she got me fiending. Her skin is so soft. It reminds me of the smoothest piece of silk. She's so sweet, her breath smells like carnation milk.
So sweet. Carnation milk. Of all things, I'm your lady. Sweet baby.
Hey, what up, boo? Words out, I'm the diva that you speak about. I hear you smitten about my well-written repertoire. You's a superstar, but it's you that I shine for. We go together like jeans, t-shirts, and sneakers. Player haters try to come between us, but never that. E is simply all of that. Rewind that. E is simply all of that. Hoes be jealous, so they fellas wanna frolic. Gems I spit can't be bought, sold or boarded. You look retarded, trying to go against the gift. Love is shared, the love is multiplied. Put your freaks aside, forget about your weak pride. Run away with me and let's do it on the wild side. Like that.
Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. You're on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise. Eloise.
Eloisa, I wanna know, am I the bro, to get to know ya?
Eloise on my mind. Eloise on my mind. Eloise.
Eloise on my mind.
Eloise.
Eloise.